So I'm going to kick off with the first question, which everybody wants to know. Why did you decide to create the AMI?
Well, thank you, first of all, and thanks to everybody for being here. It's a great question, you know, and I actually get that quite a bit. It really came out of a desire to want to do things better. This all started back in the late 90s, where I was seeing a lot of ACL patients. And just to give you an idea, everybody says they see a lot of ACL patients. In our particular practice, we had 23 ACL reconstructions come in a 2-week period of time. So we were seeing a lot of ACLs, a lot of these were kids. We were seeing a lot of females with ACL injuries. And as I was going through the rehab process, what I was finding is that at the discharge, I was doing the things that we were taught to do in school that we normally do with our ACL patients. And I was finding as I was doing my evaluations at the end, that when I would watch them walk, I was seeing certain movement patterns I knew intuitively was putting them at risk. And that was really kind of the preface of this. You know, back in those days, I went back to do my doctorate. Back in those days, it was early part of the DPT, and I was allowed to really kind of tailor my education. And so I focused it all around motor learning and biomechanics, and really trying to dive into this problem to try to figure out, how do I assess this better? Because I came out of the strength and conditioning background, and I always felt that if I could evaluate it better, I could actually evaluate my treatments to see if they're actually effective and create better treatment patterns or ways of approaching this. So at the end, my goal to be to improve those movement patterns that I was seeing as I was discharging my patients. So really, it came about as my failure, and really wanted to do better. And so that was back in 97, 98, where we really started with a movement assessment. Started with 2D video. Back in those days, for those of us that have been back in those days, it was with beta tapes and the big video cameras. Progressed to slow motion video, to Microsoft technology, to today where we are with wearable sensor technology.